Western Mass News.
One day after a West Springfield diner went up in flames, support for the decades-old restaurant and its staff is pouring into the town from all over the Northeast, including from a former Charlie's Diner employee who now lives in Maine. Welcome to Western Mass News at 6. I'm Abby Carnevale, and Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joining us live in West Springfield after speaking with that employee. Olivia?
Abby, like everyone we spoke to today, Rebecca Gorfin holds fond memories of her time inside the Boxcar Diner, and she knows it will come back, even if it's not housed in the same walls. Rebecca Gorfin worked at West Springfield's iconic Charlie's Diner for 3 years.
I had some really good memories. So, yeah, the owners were fantastic. I met some of my best friends there, people that I'm still friends with to this day.
It was some of those friends still working there who let her know about the devastating fire that destroyed the restaurant on Tuesday. Thankfully, everyone inside made it out safely and there were no injuries.
It was gut-wrenching. I was absolutely devastated.
Speaking to us from Maine, where she now lives, Gorfin tells Western Mass News she watched the blaze through videos like this one sent into our Western Mass newsroom, feeling heartache from hundreds of miles away.
Just terrible. You know, it looked so engulfed that there was just nothing that they could do at that point.
Gorfin finds comfort in the memories of her time on Union Street, sharing a few with us, like the time 90s rock legend Korn stopped in for a bite during the early morning hours.
The guys in Stain said, you need to go try this phenomenal Greasy Spoon Diner out in West Springfield called Charlie's, and they did.
And her most recent visit to Charlie's Diner was nearly a decade ago. That included an unexpected shift.
They had a new girl working, and somebody was supposed to train her, and that girl's car had broken down, get everybody set up and how to run the register and stuff like that, and I went on my way.
She tells Western Mass News she's confident the restaurant and its memories will live on, even if it's not in the original Boxcar Diner.
It's such a sense of community in that restaurant and people coming together that I feel like it will pull through.
The restaurant owner speaking out for the first time since the blaze, taking to Facebook with a message that reads in part, "We will miss our family of customers and staff dearly. The nostalgia of Charlie's will be irreplaceable, but the memories will always be with us. We will try hard to make a return. The cause of the fire remains under investigation." Reporting live in West Springfield for Western Mass News, I'm Olivia Hickey.